Hello friends, my name is Mrs. Ferrier, and today I'm here to tell you another Bible story. Today we're going to be in the book of John, and we're going to be in chapter 5. John is in the New Testament, and the chapters are the big numbers, the verses are the little numbers. So if you want to follow along, it's actually John chapter 5 verse 1. And it's a really neat story. Okay. It says in John chapter 5, starting at verse 1, "Sometime later, Jesus went up to Jerusalem for one of the Jewish festivals. Now, there is in Jerusalem near the sheep gate a pool, which is in Aramaic called Bethesda. It's called Bethesda. And which is surrounded by 5 covered colonnades. Here a great number of disabled people used to lie, the blind, the lame, and the paralyzed, the ones that can't see, the ones that can't walk, and the ones that can't move very well. They would lie there. One who was there had been lame for 38 years. That's a long time. When Jesus saw him lying there and learned that he had been in this condition for a long time, he asked him, 'Do you not get well?' And the man replied, 'Sir, I have no one to help me get in the pool when the water is stirred. While I am there trying to get in, someone goes ahead of me.' Then Jesus said to him, 'Get up, pick up your mat and walk.' At once, the man was cured. He picked up his mat, which was what he was laying on, and walked." Now, this happened on the Sabbath, and the Sabbath is a day of rest, and you don't do work on the Sabbath in Jewish law, and the Jews told the man who was healed, "Is it against the law to pick up your mat on the Sabbath?" And the man replied, "The man who healed me told me to pick up my mat and walk." Jesus told him to do it. And the Jews asked, "Well, who is this man? Who is he?" But the man who was healed did not know who had healed him. By this time, Jesus had slipped away into the crowds. Later, Jesus found the healed man, the one that he told get up and walk, and said to him, "See, you are healed. Do not sin anymore, so that something worse doesn't happen to you." Then the man said to the Jews and told them that Jesus had healed him. So the Jews began persecuting or being mean to Jesus because he was healing people on the Sabbath day. Jesus told the Jews, "My Father is still working, and I am working too." Now, the Jews wanted even more to kill Jesus because not only was he breaking the rules of Sabbath, he was saying that God was his Father, making himself equal or on the same footing as God. Jesus is God's Son, and he always did what God said was right. The man at the pool was unable to help himself. Jesus healed him, and he obeyed Jesus' commands. In a similar way, we are unable to free ourselves from our sins. There is nothing we can do to heal ourselves from that sin. Jesus calls us, just like he called the man, to trust him. When we trust in Jesus, he frees us from the power of sin and death so that we can follow and obey him, just like that man did. That's pretty cool. Now, do you remember our question from last week? Let's see if you remember the answer. How about that? Our question is, why did God create people? Why did God create people? You probably know the answer now. It's because God created people to worship him, love him, and show his glory. And now, do you remember our Bible verse? It's that long one. I bet you're probably pretty close to memorizing it. I challenge you to memorize the whole thing. See if you can get it down. But here I'm going to say it, and you can say it with me. Are you ready? All right. Isaiah 53, verses 4 through 5. "Surely he has borne our griefs and carried our sorrows. Yet we esteemed him stricken, smitten by God, and afflicted. But he was pierced for our transgressions. He was crushed for our iniquities. Upon him was the chastisement that brought us peace, and with his wounds we are healed." Jesus has done so very much for you and me, and for the man in our story. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see you next time. Bye!